So my thing recently has been uh, not combing my hair. So I work just at my desk. I'm not always out in the public. I just, uh, I just like how it. Still, just like how it looks. I don't know. Um, Pretty much, I spend most of my time reading and typing. Working on blogs to bring in business, and then I subcontract the business to paralegals, and then connect the paralegals to the attorneys who are my clients. So that's apexlawservice.com. It's my little paralegal business. And docupletionforms.com is where I spend most of my time working on. My website might not look like I spend a lot of time working on it. I sort of write more and put more free resources on the website. We're connecting to Zapier. It's going to be pretty cool here, actually, when our Zapier connection is done. Um, you're going to be able to connect your contact form via Zapier over to your favorite industry specific document management program. So for law, a lot of people use Clio, and then for real estate, it is what is it? It's by ZipLogic. Uh, is it Zip Form or Zip Forms? Zip Zip Form Plus. That's the one that I guess everybody's using. When I was a real estate salesperson before I enlisted in the Marines, 2007, um, it was WinForms, and we used Calyx Point. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to integrate over to Calyx Point right away. I think I have to make a desktop connection to it. I'm not sure if they have Point online as software as a service. Um, they were a desktop program when I was using it. I've just been entering information into PDF documents and then typing briefs and motions and pleadings for people, and doing stacking orders inside of law files for the last number of years. I was a bonded and registered legal document assistant, and then I got into buying and selling civil money judgments, small claims, civil money judgments. I focused on small claims and enforcement of judgment, legal document assistance. And then I got into um, working in the outsourced paralegal industry. So on apexlawservice.com, my little website, there is a tab at the top, says Apex's documents. Those are the documents that we use to enter into a contract with. First, we enter into a contract with the public client who has the legal issue, and it's a contract for lower priced paralegal hours than you would normally be charged for if you went directly to a lawyer. So the way it works is that a lawyer would normally charge 125 to 280 hours dollars an hour. Hours a dollar. That's really low. 125 to $280 an hour. And then their associate attorneys are like 300, and then the senior attorney is like $350. That's pretty standard hourly billing rate. So what we do is, since we are marketing to find clients, we charge for our paralegal hours. It's $71.25, and then we have our clients sign a contract saying that they want to use an attorney who will bill for $300 associate attorney hours and $350 an hour senior attorney hours, and will use Apex Law Service as their outsourced paralegal business for $71.25 an hour paralegal hours. So we collect a $500 retainer, and that's our first set of hours that are paid at 71.25 to us comes out of that 500. So the quote, if the attorney gives you an hourly quote for a retainer, is the quote minus $500, and then you pay them one retainer, and they pay us the $71.25 an hour hours out of that. Or you can pay two retainers. You can keep the paralegal hours separate. You can just pay the attorney what hours they want. A lot of times they want to know that you have paid both. We ask that they try to give you a payment plan, especially since my focus is criminal defense. And what we're doing is we're providing a service to the attorneys because we're bringing them new clients for whom they did not have to market. So they are sacrificing the profit that they would make on paralegal hours, but they're gaining a client not having to pay for it. So that's the bargain right there between us and the attorney. And the bargain between us and you is that we're just going to do 71.25 paralegal hours, so you're saving money there. That's how we do it. We have a contract between us and the public client with the legal issue, a contract between us and the attorney, and then who is our client. The attorney's our client, and the public client who has a legal issue is our client. And then there is a contract between the attorney and the client. And on top of that, we have a memorandum of understanding that just kind of makes it really bullet point, plain and simple, who the parties are. And we have our independent contractor paralegals. So someone who brings us a case, we pay $10 of our $71.25 out to that person because those are not attorney hours. Since we're a marketing and paralegal business, we're ethically and lawfully allowed to do that. The money that you pay to your attorney has to go only to your attorney. We don't ever collect money and give it to your attorney. And that's how the breakdown of billing goes. So let's say you're someone who has some experience in the paralegal industry, wants to see how the independent paralegal industry works. You can bring a case to Apex, and depending on, I pay our independent contractors $20 or $30 an hour, depending on how much experience they have. And if let's say you're an experienced paralegal and you brought a case, well, we'd pay you $40 an hour, and $31.25 would be the business dollar. We pay for our website, a bond, an E&O, errors and omissions insurance policy, some advertising. We're looking at opening an office space here in a little bit, hopefully right by the Vista Courthouse, 380 Melrose. These cool little office spaces there, and there's multiple larger office spaces too. So we're gonna get a little one. It's like 11 by 14 feet, and then we might rent a second one just right down the hall for more desk space. As far as paralegals working out of their houses, we can do that as well. We do have. I'm putting in a client portal on apexlawservice.com. It's going to be client.apexlawservice.com. Client or clients.apexlawservice.com. It's its own subdomain. You're going to have a login and a password, and it's going to be on our server, and it's going to be secured. So we will be upholding HIPAA as well as GDPR compliance for communications, as long as we're only communicating through that portal and over the phone and via mail. Email, there's some issues about email being it not being logically possible to uphold privileged communication rules between us and a client using the most common emails. Gmail is an example. Google has been reading every single email that we've been sending through Gmail for years and years. It just stopped using it to show you advertising, but that doesn't mean they're not reading it. And what I mean by reading is that their algorithm reads it and can trigger a real life human to read the email, and therefore it's considered never privileged communication. Like, it's never between just you and your lawyer. If your lawyer has a Gmail, it's not privileged. They're not. Google's not doing anything with it. Your information isn't compromised like that. What they do is they look for viruses and things like that. But the issue can be solved if they use G Suite with what's called a BAA, a business agreement arrangement, or business arrangement agreement. BAA with G Suite. So that can actually uphold HIPAA. When I say HIPAA, it's not GDPR, and it's there's just so much go between the two rule sets that you know um, it's just the issue of, is anybody else looking at your privileged communication between you and your attorney's subcontractors. So there's some email services out there that cost like $10 a month. I'm going to go with this client portal for a while because it's our own software that we've purchased and we're installing on our server, um, on the Apex Law Service cPanel, on our same server as where DocuPution Forms has been. We're opening a second server. We're on HostGator right now. We're going over to Linode. So, it's not really all about internet security always. It's about the conceptuality of, is someone reading your email? So, you really don't have things to worry about with Google as far as your data getting into someone's hands that's going to be an adverse party in a legal proceeding. It's just one of those technicalities of the modern era that, it could turn into an adverse possession of data in a legal proceeding. So that's it. That's me here with my hair helmet. Alrighty. Thanks.